The Golden Butterfly. The Golden Butterfly is a story set in a small village, where a beloved green butterfly named Gilu resides. Gilu forms a special bond with a shining puppet. During Gilu and the puppet's journey, they reach a palace where they meet a beautiful princess named Sona. The story revolves around their friendship, and the events that unfold with themes of love, friendship, and magic. Chapter 1. The Beautiful Village Entertainment. Near the village, there was a small and prosperous village. This village was surrounded by lush fields and beautiful flowers. The children in this village were always happy, and there were many places for them to play. Gilu, a tiny green butterfly, was a very dear part of the village. She was full of joy, and her small feet were always immersed in happiness. She would often sit on rose flowers, singing songs of joy, and would come to life in the fragrance of the flowers. Gilu had a bunch of close friends, and with them she roamed all around the village, spending her time with her beloved toys. Gilu's green shade was perfect, and her profound eyes sparkled with a sense of pride as she enjoyed her life with her friends. One day, all the children from the village gathered around Gilu, playing joyfully with her. The sun was gently setting, and the children were making the most of their summer holiday. Gilu was flying and playing with the children, using her delicate wings when a large puppet appeared before her. Gilu was surprised because she had never seen anything like this before. The puppet was slightly hidden, but it piqued her curiosity. Gilu tried to touch the puppet with her wings, and she was eagerly looking at it, wondering what this puppet was and where it had come from. With this, chapter 1 of Gilu's story concludes. The upcoming chapters will continue the tale of Gilu and her exciting adventures. Chapter 2. The beginning of the journey. Gilu examined the puppet closely and asked with curiosity, "Who are you, and where do you come from?" The puppet remained silent for a moment, then suddenly spoke. "I am your friend, Gilu. My name is Papu. I have a special reason to be proud of you, and I invite you to go on an adventure with me." Gilu was overjoyed, because she had a strong desire for adventure. She was ready to start the adventure with Papu. They set out on a golden morning, venturing outside the village, and they enjoyed the beauty of nature around them. Flying with their wings, they soared to the heights of the sky, relishing the pollution-free atmosphere. Papa was having a great time with Gilu, and his wings under Gilu's leadership also spread in the sky, singing songs of joy. In this way, Gilu and Papu began their journey, taking their first steps towards the upcoming adventurous chapter. Chapter 3. Exploring the Palace. Gilu and Papu had just embarked on their adventure, and were now moving forward with their newfound companion. As they continued their journey, they arrived near a massive tree with sprawling branches. The tree's bark was enormous due to the frequent rain. When they stood in front of the tree and looked closely, they noticed a small door hidden behind the tree bark. The heartbeat of the door matched their own excitement. Gilu and Papu cautiously opened the door, and before them lay a grand palace. The palace was shrouded in clouds, but its doors were elegantly designed, and the air was filled with the fragrance of flowers. Gilu and Papu could hardly contain their joy as they stepped inside. They entered the palace, and its interior was a treasure trove of beauty, with the aroma of flowers enveloping them. Gilu and Papu's hearts were filled with excitement and happiness. They couldn't find words to express their joy. Only wonder and love resided in their hearts. They proceeded further into the palace, stepping into the next phase of their upcoming adventure. Chapter 4. Sona, the Princess. Gilu and Papu had started their journey, and were eager to learn more about their newfound adventure. They were curious about the palace, its history, and the people who lived there. As they explored the area surrounding the palace, they witnessed a beautiful day with the sun's rays casting a special glow. They could feel the warmth of the sun on their faces, and were captivated by the beauty of the golden nature around them. Just then, a beautiful princess arrived. Her name was Sona. Sona's eyes sparkled in a unique way, and her smile carried the essence of a dry, warm friendship. When Sona saw Gilu and Pupu, her face lit up with joy. She sat beside them, and asked, "Who are you both? And what are you doing here?" Gilu eagerly replied, "We are Gilu and Pupu, and we are here on an exciting adventure." Sona, sitting there, smiled and said, "I'm delighted that you're here. I want to share my special friendship with you." Gilu and Pupu were thrilled, because Sona was kind and welcoming. Their friendship began, and the three of them spent their time happily in the palace. In this way the friendship of Gilu, Pupu, and Sona began, and they embarked on their upcoming adventurous journey. Chapter 5. The Beginning of Friendship. Gilu, Pupu, and Sona had begun their journey of friendship inside the royal palace. The three of them shared their adventures and joy, spending happy and entertaining days together. Sona informed Gilu and Pupu about her royal palace and explained its significance. She revealed that the palace was built as the grand home of the mightiest emperor of its time, and the beauty of the flowers and plants within the palace was akin to the fragrance of that emperor's beloved. Sona said, "The palace has filled our entire village with happiness. We are responsible for its protection, and we must keep it safe." Gilu and Pupu accepted this responsibility, and they were determined to help Sona. Sona expressed her gratitude for their assistance, and explained the fundamental aspects of their friendship. In this way, the friendship between Gilu, Pupu, and Sona was growing stronger day by day, and they happily spent their time together. Blessing and danger. Gilu, Pupu, and Sona were continuing their adventure. They were enjoying their friendship within the palace, but they had to face a significant challenge. One day, a formidable assembly arrived at the palace, known as the Black Treasurer. The Black Treasurer's purpose was to seize all the treasures and offerings in the palace for himself. He did not want this beautiful palace to be with anyone else. The Black Treasurer took control of the palace and called his followers. He made a plan to take all the priceless offerings from the palace and played recklessly with the palace's beauty. Gilu, Pupu, and Sona witnessed this, and were deeply concerned. They were on the verge of losing their palace. Sona said, "We have to do something, or else we will lose our palace. We have to save it from the clutches of the Black Treasurer." Gilu, Pupu, and Sona joined forces and started planning how to protect their palace. They came together to face the challenge and demonstrate that the power of friendship and cooperation can overcome any adversity. Will Gilu, Pupu, and Sona succeed in saving their palace from the threat of the Black Treasurer? Chapter 7. The Battle of Determination. Gilu, Pupu, and Sona decided that they would face the challenge from Kala Dravyavani head-on, to protect their palace. They started planning for the battle and gradually gathered their strengths. They strengthened their friendship and trust, which gave them the power to overcome any obstacle. One day, Kala Dravyavani and his followers came to the palace, determined to fulfill their objectives. They were prepared to take away all the treasures and dedications from the palace. Gilu, Pupu, and Sona had prepared for a showdown with Kala Dravyavani, and had committed to defend their palace. They utilized all their abilities and resources to do so. The battle was filled with enthusiasm, and both sides faced each other courageously. Gilu, Pupu, and Sona's friendship and their well-thought-out plans bore fruit, and they succeeded in saving their palace. Kala Dravyavani and his followers were defeated, and they learned the importance of friendship from Gilu, Pupu, and Sona. In this way Gilu, Pupu, and Sona proved the power of their friendship and sharing to save their palace. Chapter 8. Celebration of Victory. When Gilu, Pupu, and Sona defeated the Black Treasurer, their palace was filled with joy. The palace was prepared for a victory celebration, and all the villagers were ready to participate. Gilly, Papu and Sona also took part in the preparations for the celebration. They helped decorate the palace with the laughter of flowers and the fragrance of roses. On the day of the celebration, the villagers arrived at the celebration venue with their beautiful decorations. They were happy because they were living with joy after winning their palace back. The celebration included games, songs and dances. People were drawn together, in a spirit of unity, and everyone celebrated with joy. Gilly, Papu, and Sona also participated in the celebration. And it was a day filled with laughter, music, and the spirit of togetherness.